How to eat to look younger and healthier. Welcome to this video. I have my beautiful girlfriend, Rebecca, here joining us
Hello.
today as well. My name is Fritz Horstmann. I'm a health coach, nutritionist, and I've helped thousands of people over the past years transform their bodies, their health with a plant-based diet. And in this video, I want to talk about what foods should we be eating if you're trying to look younger, look healthier, especially if you are a woman in your 30s, in your 40s, but also in your 20s, right? So how can you start eating now, doesn't matter how old you are, to get a healthier skin, to avoid aging, and to lose body fat as well, and feel better in your own skin. And I actually got inspired by my girlfriend a lot because she's thriving and she's taught me a lot over the past year of us being together. Because I came in to nutrition and health with a lot of focus on macronutrients like protein, fats and carbs.
Protein, fat, carbs.
Yes. And
beige, fat-free.
my meals mostly look beige and with no color, and she taught me the benefits, the true benefits of a plant-based diet, really on a whole new level.
And his skin never looked better.
Yes.
So.
Exactly. So, if you're a woman in your 30s, in your 40s, or 20s, this is for you. And I want to cover 5 foods or 5 nutrients that are most important if you're trying to reverse aging, slow down aging, and look healthier, get healthier. Now, the first thing right away from the start is collagen. So, you probably had heard of collagen before, and collagen is the primary building block of our body's skin, right? Our muscles, our bones, and connective tissues. So actually, our body makes up 70%. So actually, our skin is composed 70 to 80% of collagen. Now, as we age, actually, our collagen goes down.
From 25, you should start taking collagen.
Exactly. So as you turn 25, you lose 1% of collagen every year. And once you hit menopause, for women especially, we actually lose 2% of your body's collagen every year. So it really increases. That's why it gets more and more important the older you get, of course. Now, collagen, can you talk a little bit about this one and which collagen we should?
So this is the best collagen because your body absorbs it the best. So it's type 1 and 3 and it's hydrolyzed. So this is the kind of collagen you should look for.
Yes. So, and this is if you are vegetarian and you're open to have some animal products in your diet. Because the fact is, with a plant-based diet, a lot of people get this wrong. Plant-based food doesn't contain any collagen. So it doesn't matter if it's a fruit, a vegetable, there's no collagen in there. Collagen is only in animal products. So if you're wanting to be plant-based, which a lot of you want to be, you need to be mindful of that and either supplement with a collagen supplement, or you can take glycine, which I can put on screen. It's basically a collagen boosting supplement. So it boosts your own body's collagen production and those will help in keeping your skin elastic, youthful, and you don't need to take any collagen for that. You can just take glycine. Or you can also consume foods like lemon, obviously super healthy as well. Also boosts your body's own collagen production as well. How long have you been taking collagen and how are you taking it?
I mean, I don't always remember to take it, but when I don't take it, I see the difference straight away. My nails don't grow as quickly, my hair snaps more easily, and my skin just looks a bit more dull. So I think after 1 or 2 months of taking it daily, you really feel so glowy and plump, and you just look amazing, like a baby.
Amazing.
And you can mix it in your tea, or my sisters tease me when I make it, they call it protein tea, because you mix 2 scoops of collagen in your tea, and then it's loads of protein and collagen. And it's delish.
There's different ways to use it. Glycine as well, you can use it in oatmeal, you can put it in your smoothie, or just scoop it. That's how I actually do it. And this is one of the easiest wins you can implement right away to have a younger, more youthful looking skin and appearance in general. Collagen is super crucial. Make sure to take it. Also, if you're facing like body aches and pains, it's very good against any joint pain as well. And a lot of plant-based people that struggle with that are just not getting enough of it. So that's the first thing, collagen, or glycine if you're plant-based. Now, number 2, as you can see, we have dairy. Over here we have milk and we have yogurt. Now, this is something I'd actually like you to minimize. So a lot of these foods you should be having, but dairy you should minimize if you're really trying to maximize your skin health and look. Because dairy, the main protein in dairy is casein. And casein has been shown to increase inflammation in the skin. Probably you've seen or heard before that drinking a lot of milk causes acne. right? Have you had any experience with that, or how's your
Yeah.
milk consumption?
So whenever I eat cheese especially, my skin breaks out so quickly the next day. It's a punishment immediately if I eat pizza or grilled cheeses.
Yeah.
Yeah, milk and yogurt is okay, but cheese is especially the worst.
Yogurt is better, that's for sure. So yogurt is actually fermented, and in that way doesn't have the same effect as pure milk or even cheese. I think cheese is the worst choice you can make there. And especially also Greek yogurt, skyr, is also fermented, so it can be consumed, but I would still ask people to minimize it if they really want to maximize their health.
But one other thing is I did switch dairy for oat milk, and it gave me a lot of gut problems that I never had before because of all the fillers and preservatives and additives. So sometimes no milk is better.
Yeah, that's a good point. So we have walnut milk here, for example, as a replacement. This one is actually good because if you look into the ingredients, it's fresh walnut milk from whole walnuts, but then we have sunflower seeds and coconut flower nectar. So you do want to be mindful of the ingredients of plant-based milks. It's not everything, it's not as shiny as people make it out to be, just because it's plant-based milk. So oat milk, for example, I would try to minimize or avoid because it comes with a lot of sugar and additives, like you said. Almond milk is a good choice. Like no sugar almond milk is a great one because it's mostly water and almonds, but you still got to look at the package as well. And we have coconut milk from
I
fresh
love
coconut milk.
That's yummy.
It's pretty good. It's pretty yummy as well. And we have some other ones. So be mindful of those as well. Minimize your dairy. If you want to keep eating dairy, you can eat yogurt, which is fermented dairy basically. And that way you lower breakouts on your skin. And also, if you didn't know, dairy nowadays is full of estrogen and progesterone, right? So especially if you're a woman, taking in external hormones can also mess up your hormonal system,
Very true.
right? So again, if you're a woman, we do want to specialize in that.
You
And
just have to be extra careful because what's out there is not necessarily good for you.
that's right. So yeah, those are the two things now. And then the third thing I want to talk about is actually our gut health. So how important is our gut for our skin and for our aging process? Immensely important. There's a gut and skin axis. So our gut is basically tightly connected to our skin. So anytime we have things going wrong in our gut or not having a good microbiome, so having a diverse microbiome is super, super crucial if you're trying to have a healthier skin. Now, what is one way to improve your gut health is through fermented foods, right? So we have the yogurt we talked about, but we have tempeh, all right, which is a super healthy plant-based protein source, which is another great benefit of tempeh. High in protein, low in fat, low in carb. And this is fermented soybeans, right? So what that means is fermented food really helps develop a diverse microbiome and avoid it from leaking. So I don't know if you've heard of leaky gut before. So the reason people develop leaky gut is because the walls of the intestine is just too weak. So eating fermented foods like tempeh is really going to help with that. Plus, what are other like plant-based foods which I know you love eating that are good for your gut health?
Dragon fruit right here doesn't have probiotics, but it has prebiotics. So it feeds the good bacteria.
Amazing.
Awesome.
Yes, and so delicious as well. And also chickpeas.
I love
Chickpeas, which we don't have here, but legumes, beans, high in fiber, really good for your gut health, and thus really good for your skin. So I see it happening again and again with our members in our program, and also people I meet, healthy people I meet in real life. The people that eat more plants, they just have a better looking skin.
You just look better. Just look glowy.
We've met some people eating a carnivore diet, and the skin.
1 foot in the grave is how they look.
Yeah, it's sad, but like we have conversations, and it always comes up because obviously people are kind of triggered that I eat plant-based or that I promote it, and they try to tell me about their carnivore diet, and I'm always open for suggestions and always open to change my mind as well. But the fact is just most of them look really unhealthy, like gray, older than they actually are. And it's unfortunate because they want to change something, which is great, but they're just following the wrong.
There's probably something really wrong with your gut if you can't eat fruits and vegetables. So
Yes.
fix that first. Don't avoid the problem just by eating meat.
Exactly. I mean, the carnivore is a whole different topic. We'll do a different video on that, but many things wrong with that. So before we go into the fourth one, I want to talk about want you to talk about coffee and matcha. So what is the difference here and what is better?
So as women, you need to be more careful not to spike your adrenal glands or overwork them or spike your cortisol. And coffee is really bad for that. So I know you need the caffeine in the morning, but get it from matcha instead. It's much better. For me personally, I get really bad anxiety. I get the coffee sweats. I don't like it. And when I drink matcha instead, it makes me feel really calm the whole day. And I can have 2 or 3 cups of matcha in a day without feeling overstimulated. And matcha has the added benefit, it burns belly fat. So you know green tea is great for getting a flat stomach, so is matcha. It's got the same stuff in it. And it's got lots of antioxidants, so it does help your skin, it is anti-aging.
Amazing. Yeah, it's great. I mean, if you can make that switch, I think a lot of people, especially women, struggle with caffeine, with the spike in energy and then the crash. And matcha gives you a more consistent energy.
Yeah, way more consistent energy. And no anxiety, which is huge.
No anxiety. That's huge. So actually, I forgot to talk about coconut yogurt, which is also fermented yogurt. Be mindful here, it's high in fat and low in protein. So if you're trying to gain muscle, lose fat, it's a different story, which is also for a different video. But obviously you can have this and gain muscle, get healthier. But you talked about antioxidants in matcha, which is our next point. So if you want to slow down aging and look younger, look healthier for a longer period of time, then you cannot forget about antioxidants. So what happens as we age is our body oxidizes, right? Our cells oxidize, and that's how our cells age, that's how our skin ages, get more wrinkles, and all that. So how do you reduce that? By eating antioxidants. So antioxidant-rich diet, which is basically a colorful diet.
The more colorful, the better. Eat the rainbow.
So tell me about how your mom, which is also a really healthy woman, how she taught you to eat.
So she's the original almond organic mommy, and she just told me to eat lots of fruits and vegetables, and basically to make sure you have as many colors on your plate as possible. So I always like to have something green, something red, and something orange, because then I think you've got everything covered.
Yes. So I came from the other world. That was more about protein and macros. So the best of both worlds is what you want to create. You want to eat a colorful diet while hitting your macronutrients. Now, for antioxidants, you want to look for color. So you want to have your beetroot, which is also really good for oxygen transportation. So pre-workouts is a great food as well. Increases your blood flow.
Iron as
Increase
well,
your pump.
beetroot's so good for. So women especially should eat lots of beetroot.
That's a good point. Iron, we'll do a separate video on that. But beetroot is crucial. Like we said, dragon fruit, broccoli, can never go wrong with that. Avocado as well. We have kale and we have parsley. So you want to eat a colorful fruit
potato?
and a sweet potato. So sweet potato, we didn't have carrots, but
Beta carotene is the same.
exactly. So beta carotene, what we want to have as well. Now, this one actually doesn't look like sweet potato, but it is.
It is sweet potato.
Okay.
It's barley
Great.
sweet potato.
Exactly. And if your food doesn't have any color, then it doesn't have any antioxidants. So if you want to slow down aging, keep that in mind. And also, can you talk about how eating antioxidants, reducing inflammation can improve your waist circumference and your shape? Can you talk about the shape of how a woman's shape changes?
So if you want to have more of an hourglass shape and not just lose weight, you need to really focus on the quality of what you're eating and not just the macros, because it's possible to lose weight and still have a very square shape if you've held onto cortisol and held onto belly fat, but just slim down the rest, which can unfortunately happen. So if you focus on eating more plant-based and just getting all those micronutrients, then you naturally just get a much nicer shape, because you lose, for me personally, I lose the weight around my waist first when I eat like this, and when I just focus on the macros, I just look a bit more masculine and I don't like it.
It's a good point, yeah. So I think obviously there's a huge movement of women going to the gym, crushing their workouts, eating a macronutrient-based diet, but it sometimes does create a more manly look, so bigger shoulders, like a big bag, and that's a great goal to have if you want to achieve it for sure. But if you want a more feminine look,
if you want long hair, nice skin, a little waist.
yeah, and she's the best example of that, right? Super healthy, super great skin. So the fifth nutrient is omega-3, which is crucial, and it's the fatty acid, and you can find it in different fat sources. And a lot of women are afraid of fat or not sure which kind of fats to eat. Now, omega-3 is mostly found in fish,
eggs,
if they're supplemented with it,
Salmon.
and salmon, which is fish.
Oh, sorry.
But if you are plant-based, we gotta talk about how to get your omega-3, and you want to get it through flax seeds, all right? Which I think
This one's flaxseed.
through flax seeds, which is a plant-based omega-3 source that is super healthy for you. Now, you want to pay attention to one thing. Flax seeds come in a omega-3 form that is not as bioavailable. So your body needs to convert it into EPA and DHA, which if you eat fish, salmon, or you take an omega-3 supplement, you get more the readily available version of omega-3, which reduces inflammation, also reduces cognitive decline, okay, memory loss as well. So omega-3 is crucial if you want to avoid Alzheimer's, dementia as well. Now, if you're plant-based, I do recommend taking an algae-based supplement to get the EPA and DHA, while also getting your flax seeds, your chia seeds, your walnuts, and that's another crucial ingredient for...
I didn't always listen to you when you told me to take my omega-3s, and I get really bad cramps, which I never used to when I was younger, but the last few years they've just kind of been getting worse every year. And you bought me some really good omega-3 supplements, and I had them in my fridge for 2 months without taking them. And then I started actually taking them, and my period cramps instantly were so much better. Instead of being stuck in bed for the whole first 2 days, I literally just needed one painkiller and I was good to go. So that was actually life-changing.
Awesome.
and I already have a really healthy diet, so.
Yeah, that's right. So that's another bonus. If you want to reduce your period cramps, then take your omega-3 as well. So those are the main things you got to do. This is how you got to eat if you want to stay young, want to stay healthy, right? Especially as you go into your 40s, right? Menopause. As you're in your 30s, you want to definitely optimize these foods. And also in your 20s, start early, reduce the alcohol consumption, the sugar consumption, the white bread. That's for a different video. Those are all things you want to avoid, right? And I never see you eat any white bread, any sugar. You rarely drink, maybe a couple times a year maybe. And if you start early, then you can push the aging to later, right? So you can be 30, look like 25. You can be 35, look like 27. So start early, but if you're in your 30s and 40s, it's not too late, obviously. You can still maximize the results in your health.
Like just after a few months of eating really healthy, you're going to look completely different.
Yes, the results are quick, but you got to make these changes. So start getting collagen, start eating fermented food, get your colors in as well, minimize your dairy, eat your omega-3, and maybe switch to matcha, and you'll be on a great path for success. If you enjoyed this video, then comment below. I would love to see your feedback and leave a thumbs up if you liked it so we can shoot more of these. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll see you in the next video.